Matchweek 1 roundup. The Premier League is back and football is back. Finally, go and end all those unnecessary talking stage they are doing up and down because of boredom. And to all of you that were still fighting with us for remote this weekend, we pitied you last weekend, though, just because it was the first weekend. It was announcements. If you try next weekend, slippers go meet your eye. Don't be passing in front of TV when you are watching football. Don't try it. You had us for months. Now it is time for business. The investors are back. Everybody is back to serious business. So please, don't try it again. Football is back. And we are fully focused on football now. Now, this is a new series that I'm introducing to us. Let's all of us enjoy. So after every Premier League week, we come here and we analyze how all the teams performed as a whole. We'll give analysis. We'll talk about how the teams looked. Now, for this one especially, we'll do how the new signings looked. For the first few parts of the week, we'll do how the new signings looked. We'll give a power ranking. Now, this is the most interesting part of this video. We'll do a Big Six power ranking. How the Big Six looks. So this doesn't have to do with anything of their position on the table. No. It's just how they looked on the weekend. And it will be changing as the week progresses, as, the season progresses. So, let's start with the first game of the weekend, which for me, actually, the Premier League came back this week. But to be honest, the only two teams that thoroughly entertained me were Liverpool and Man City. Those are the two games I enjoyed. I enjoyed the Tottenham game too a lot, although I know a lot of people didn't watch that. The Man U and Arsenal game didn't really deliver to the level I thought. Chelsea game was boring. It was a boring draw. And so let's discuss about everything. So let's start with Liverpool's game. Liverpool actually started this game well. We had a 2-0 lead. And all of a sudden, Arne Slot decided to take off our two fullbacks when the two Bournemouth attacking wingers were very, very rapid. So it was a very well run, but he later came out to say that Frimpong had a hamstring injury that was threatening him, so he just took him off as precaution. And also Kekes was on a yellow card, so he didn't want him to get a red card because Semenyo was having the game of his life that day. So he made a right call there. Those two fullbacks brought on in Wataru Endo and Andy Robertson cost us 2 goals. They cost us 2 goals. So I think Conor Bradley needs to come back quickly. And honestly, I don't know for Robertson as a backup. I feel Robertson's past it. He's a legend, fine, but he's genuinely past it. So yeah, that's how the game started, and we still got our win. Ekitike looked very bright. That was the main point of the video. And we'll still talk about Florian Wiki. That is the slander name that he has gotten now. We'll talk about him later. Moving on quickly, I want to discuss the Man United game before I go back to the Man City game. Although I said Manchester United were the better team and Arsenal were lucky to win, don't get me wrong, this is an incredibly good win for Arsenal. Old Trafford is out of the way. You are not going to Old Trafford again this season. Whether they say you played well, you played good, you played anyhow, you got the 3 points. 3 points at Old Trafford. I remember how many times Arsenal will play well against Man United and still lose, or they will draw. Or they will drop points in a game where they need to take absolute points. How about last season they drew at Old Trafford, although they won at Old Trafford 2 seasons ago. But then, we know how bad Old Trafford has been for Arsenal. So you are telling me that this team now has gone there and gotten a win. Forget the fact that, yes, we watched the game and Man United did better than Arsenal in that game. This is a very, very welcome and worthy 3 points for Arsenal, Your two title rivals, Liverpool and Man City, still have to go there. And on the weekend where they got 3 points, you got 3 points as well. So opening game of the Premier League, the Man United fans are hyped. The entire stadium is hyped. New signings in the building. Everybody is happy. That depression of, Man United is not that good, has not even hit. The hopes are high. Everybody is doing well. And you went there and shut it down. Yes, Bayender's mistake helped you get the goal. But then you take your opportunities. It's because Calafiori was there at the right time that he scored that goal. So don't get me wrong. The fact that I said that Man United play better, I'm not trying to say that Arsenal, their 3 points is nothing. Very, very good 3 points. We know that last season, Man United gave problems to big teams. Liverpool still has to go there. Man City still has to go there. Chelsea still has to go there. But guess who has gotten it out of the road? Arsenal. So very, very good from Arsenal. 3 points is the point is the currency of the Premier League. They don't want to know at the end of the season if we played well, you collect we played well trophy at the end of the season. Arsenal at this stage in their Arteta project need results. They have gotten past the stage. Yes, if it's Man United, I can understand because Man United needs to start playing good football. We have seen Arsenal play good football. But what has that brought out? Man United has to start playing good football first. Let's see what the Amorim project is. Let's see what the playing identity is, first of all. Before then, we can start judging, okay, results. If Man United gets scrappy wins and stuff like that, in fact, this Man United performance, I will rate it again properly if they replicate it against Fulham. It might just be a thing of same thing of last season where Man United was just doing very well against big teams in those big atmospheres. They were doing well against them. They performed decently. I think they beat Man City home and away now last season or something like that. Yes, they caused problems for Liverpool too. We had to draw one of the games. So you know how Man United were in big games last season. Nobody had it easy against them. So it's against Fulham now that I'll judge Man United that okay, is what Amorim actually did that day, is it true? Or is it just the fact that they were playing against a smaller team? Sorry, a bigger team. And, those kind of games can have a tendency to be open because both of them are going. But against Fulham that maybe might have a low block and just start attacking, will you be able to contain them? That's the question. So against Fulham, we'll be able to judge Man United properly. If they can replicate what they did against Arsenal and get a win against Fulham, then okay, I'll say Amorim is going somewhere. But as for now, Arsenal, in this their new home kit or the third kit or the Man United home kit that you cannot get from the Adidas Steak store by going to our official website or message us on WhatsApp with this phone number above where you can shop for any jersey at all. Any jersey you saw this weekend, the Liverpool home kit is now available. Finally. All the other kits, we also saw Barca play, we saw Chelsea play, all their kits are available. So just go and shop now. Delivery is worldwide. So very, very good results for Arsenal, please. Me saying that Man United were better and Arsenal were lucky to win or something like that, whatever. Is not me trying to diminish the importance of the 3 points for Arsenal. Let's quickly move on. Tottenham versus Burnley and then Man City versus Wolves. Man City versus Wolves. It paid me. Especially the fact that check he came on and scored. He paid me. I cannot lie. This is the result that paid me this weekend. Because I thought finally this terrorist is leaving us in Pep Guardiola. I thought he's going. Have you not done enough? They have tormented me enough in this league. Go away. I'm tired, man. I can't take it anymore. I can't take one more season of watching Pep Guardiola dominate. I'm tired. Pep, go. Look at how good they looked. In fact, out of all the big teams, they had the best performance. Away from home. All the other teams played at home. Only Arsenal, went away from home. No, the Arsenal result is quite crazy. Because if you look at all the other results in the Premier League, teams that played away from home, they didn't win this weekend, though. Arsenal and Man City, I think, are the two teams that did that this weekend. Other teams didn't win. So kudos to Arsenal, I can't lie. I cannot even lie. I can't deny what they did was crazy. So back to Man City. I'm tired. Like Tijani Reinders, another problem added. John Stones is back. World Cup here and his contract is running up. This brother is about to lock in. They're about to lock in and have a great season. And we know John Stones, he's a unicorn of a player with how good he can be on the ball. And pardon me, I have a cold. How good he is in general. Look at Haaland, brace. I mean, I'm happy Mo Salah took his golden boot because this demon's about to go and have an absolutely amazing season. Oscar Bob, all these guys look great. And in general, Man City looks very, very solid. I cannot even lie. Let's move on to Tottenham. Tottenham under Thomas Frank. Chelsea safe. Let's talk about Chelsea first. Chelsea looked lethargic. They looked very tired. And I still said it that although he won the Club World Cup, I know Chelsea fans don't have time. If Enzo Maresca does not perform in like the first 5 game weeks, entering the 10 game, then it's not be extending to 10 game weeks, then 15. Chelsea fans will start calling for his head. That time that they will realize that the Premier League is more important than the Club World Cup, except you're lying to yourself. This is over billions of pounds have been invested in this project. Even him, he has gotten a lot of backing. And it should not be an excuse that we got an ACL injury. No, every team has his commands, everything has his sufferings. Hato has been brought in for him. You still have some good centre backs that can make do. And I don't think the problem for Chelsea today or that day was anything to do with fitness. Sorry, their centre backs or their defense. It was mostly about their fitness. They had a poor preseason. They had only 2 games. And many people come out and say, they destroyed AC Milan, this and that. That's fine. That is AC Milan. The Premier League is a different level. No disrespect to AC Milan, but it's a different level. Crystal Palace had a very solid preseason. They looked way fitter, way sharper, way faster than Chelsea. You understand? They had a good preseason. They won Liverpool in the Community Shield. So then, how do you now expect them to play Chelsea in a weaker way? So this result was not really a massive shock. This is one of the things I said that people that went to the Club World Cup will suffer. That's why we are seeing Real Madrid's game was pushed behind. You understand? Achimepong did well. Caicedo looked weak as well. Like Caicedo of all people. If anybody looks tired, it's not Caicedo because, as I said, this guy always looks like he has 1 million lungs. Enzo Fernandez and Palmer had poor games. Palmer as well. Palmer, 1 open play goal this year. Foden, the same thing. Saka, the same thing. In fact, I saw one stat, I hope it's not true, that since 2024, it's in March 2024, Saka has only 6 open play goals in the Premier League. I don't know whether that's true or not. I do not know. But then, the English star boys need to step up. They need to step up. Because if we're about to start holding them in the same regard or holding the likes of Mohamed Salah, then give them Salah treatment. Salah scored against Bournemouth, and I still saw people slandering him, saying, he didn't look good, this and that. Are people okay? But these guys will do these performances and get away with it. So Palmer has to step up. If your name's going to be in that top 30 of the Ballon d'Or, you have to step up. So I think Xavi Simons coming in for Chelsea will also be a very, very good move because they need extra creativity. I think it's important. It's an integral signing. It's a signing that, will make a massive difference. So the main theme for that Chelsea game for me is just tiredness. They look very, very tired. They need to... I think with time, they will get better. Even João Pedro, that brother that has been scoring for fun, we didn't see him that day. Moving on, Tottenham versus Burnley is one game that surprisingly entertained me. The Thomas Frank project looks very good. Look at the goals that Richarlison scored. The first goal with the pass from Kudus with his weaker foot, right foot to Richarlison. Then Richarlison finished it in a very, very beautiful way. Then that second goal from Richarlison, the overhead kick, World Cup Richarlison. If you watch the World Cup, this will not shock you. Because this brother has done this thing in the World Cup. Mohamed Kudus will be one of the best signings in the Premier League. I do not know how Tottenham had a free run to him. If you follow me on Twitter, go and search Kudus on my page. Kudus. I've just been preaching Kudus. I say this is the best thing that Ghana has done, that Ghana has produced, that I've seen in my lifetime. And that Ghana FA or whoever is in charge of Ghana football will not free themselves from the shackles of the Ayu brothers. You have Semenyo and Kudus in your team. And you still want to leave your team in charge of those old takers. Give Kudus armband, make him in charge. That's your main man, that's your star boy. So Tottenham looked absolutely amazing. Their defense was solid. To that pairing of Van de Ven and Romero looked good. Spence Poro also looked good. Bergval, very, very good young talent. Gray. Sarr is one of my favorite midfielders. African players, he has that typical African powerhouse, ball carrier. He still has an eye for a pass. Very, very good player. I think he's one that assisted Brennan Johnson that day. So I enjoyed that Tottenham game. And when I do my power rankings, you guys will understand more how much more I rate Tottenham. So I think that is all about the game. So that's how they looked. Now to the new signings. Let's do a quick ranking. So I put 16 new signings on this list, and we'll just be quickly listing them. And some players I didn't put them on this list at all, like Delap. I think Andre Santos. I didn't put some of them here because they came off the bench, and when they came off, they didn't do much like that. So those ones, if you have to put them, I'll put them below these guys. So now this is the ranking. In 16th place is Benjamin Disco. Why I put him 16th place, he came off the bench, he didn't do much. I don't think he had more than 5 touches on the ball safe. I will not say he had a chance that he missed or anything like that. I just didn't see enough. That's why he's 16th. He needed more time. In 15th place is Victor Goyameno, Victor Gyoklesna, Victor Gyökeres. He's 15th place. This brother needs fitness. I don't know why people are overreacting for the first game week. Look, he didn't look solid at all. I saw they called him Yokaku. And I cannot lie. He looked very unfit. He was tripping himself on the ball. He was not looking fast. The Premier League looked like it was 1,000 miles faster than him. He didn't look like he can keep up with the pace. So one thing I'll say is Gyökeres needs fitness. He had like half of a preseason. He didn't have throughout the preseason, and he had the sporting stuff he was still fighting. So I'll give him like 5 game weeks. I know he'll still score soon, but I think from what I've seen, running the channels is not his forte. I think he's better off in the box. I think Arteta did not platform him well enough. There are no crosses to him. There are no chances to him that I would say he missed. But I just think in general, he had a poor debut. He didn't have a good debut at all. So that's why he's 15th on this list. João Pedro, 14th. Same thing. I didn't see enough from him. This was his Premier League debut. Petrol was not, didn't give him that usual Samba football lifestyle he has made me used to. I expected more from him because even when Chelsea is not creating, that's the good thing about João Petrol. He, usually goes out of his way and does things. And to be fair, the creativity was low. I will not say there was a chance he missed or there was a run he didn't make. No, it was low today, but I usually give him that trait of having that kind of, Bobby Firmino, false nine kind of stuff. Kerkez is 13th on this list. Didn't do enough as well. I think from what I saw in preseason, I expected more against what's his name, Semenyo today. Frimpong next. Frimpong for me had a good game. I don't know how people are saying he was poor. He was decent. He was taken off too soon, so that's why he's even low on this list. But I think he had a very decent debut. Estevão, the young Brazilian youngster, English, 11th place. Although he came off the bench and just played a few minutes, those few minutes he played, he was like Chelsea's best attacker. He was the one that did the most during that time. He looked so sharp, so bright. Look, that boy is going to be a superstar. I was very, very impressed by him. Florian Wirtz, 10th place. £150 million. Sorry, why am I following people to talk rubbish? £116.5 million and about 125 million euros. My millions! British transfer record. Florian Wirtz, I need to see more from you. Come out the same thing with Gyökeres, I think. Not that he didn't look bad on the eye like Gyökeres, but I'm just saying the pace, he looked too fast for him. He was wasting time. Like, Oga, go chop a bar. Like, you go need chop some solid food for you to be ready for this league. So, Florian Wirtz, 10th place. I just need to see more, and I still know you do well. I trust you, die. This guy, at the end of the season, will still be the best midfielder in the Premier League. Go and bookmark it. Save this video. I'm doubling down on Florian Wirtz. But for this week, 10th place. Mbeumo, 9th place. He looked solid against Arsenal. But, there are people that did better. Zubi Michael, 8th place. I expected more from him, to be honest. I expected that he'd be my top 3 this weekend. But he didn't do quite enough. I guess that's how, because of how Arsenal played. They were not in possession most times. So, I guess so. Cherky. It's on pay me. It paid me that this guy is above Wirtz in this list. And he just came off the bench. I mean, that 1-2 with the player, then finishing it off from outside the box. Does this guy even have a weaker foot? Unbelievable talent. Insane talent. And Man City got him for £30 million. It's not fair at all. Like, this boy can easily be the face of the Man City dynasty. With that number 10 jersey on him, everything just looked perfect. He just looked right. And I was so jealous, man. But he deserves it. What a debut he had. 7th place. Let's see if he can be promoted to the rank of starter in this Pep team. 6th place to AIT Nuri. He was very good at left back. He was very, very solid. He had a very good debut. 5th place, James Trafford. Man City finally have a goalkeeper that is interested in using his hands. And it's paining me. Because this guy is a young talent that Man United was interested in and Newcastle was interested in as well. And it genuinely pains me that he has gone to Man City, because even though Man City doesn't get Donnarumma, I think Trafford will be good enough. What I saw from him last week was very good. He was very confident on the ball. His passing was good enough. He's saving his ball like all the problem Pep had last season, he has solved them. In any case, I give him 5th place. Cunha, 4th place. I know he didn't score assist, but that is the point of watching football. Against Arsenal, for me, he was the man of the match. He was the best player. I saw the signs. I know a baller when I say a baller. The ball carrying, the dribbling, the strength. There was one time he was in the corner with Saliba. I was like, Saliba has won this because Saliba is one of the strongest players in the Premier League. This guy with his back, facing the other way. Everything, he was at the disadvantage. He still came out of that challenge with a free kick. He still came out of that challenge with the advantage. Omo, serious talent. Cunha, easily fourth on this list. Kudus, third place, as I've spoken about him before. Has the potential to be one of the best signings in the Premier League. 2 assists. What a debut for him. Ekitike, second place. Easily second place. Confident second place. He was in fact, in my head, he was like, should I move him first, second? Maybe I won't still put him first later, but I think this was the second best player this week. Apart from his goal, he was a complete centre forward. I said it that the thing that shocked me the most about this boy is his strength. He's strong. He's a very, very strong player. And I'm impressed by him. Apart from the goals, his passing, his dribbling, like going from Nunez to Ekitike. It's like going from owning one mid-class Toyota to just going to buying a Lamborghini direct. I'm telling you, what a player. An absolute joy to watch. Apart from his goals, he's a complete centre forward. And I feel he has solved our problems. And that's why even the Isak situation is not bothering me as much. Yes, we need another centre forward, but it's not bothering me as much as maybe if Ekitike had a poor debut or stuff like that. What I've seen from him is already enough to convince me that I have a very, very good centre forward at my club and we will survive without Isak. In first place is Tijani. Wow! What a debut this guy had. A goal and an assist. What an absolutely ridiculous debut. I mean, this guy was contributing to Man City in every facet of the game and he had an absolutely amazing debut. And it just signs to show that he can be Man City's best midfielder. That's before Rodri comes back. But when Rodri comes back, you already know this guy will be probably Man City's best player because Rodri is an unbelievable player. So, Reinders for me, player of the week. Signing of the week. He looked absolutely amazing, absolutely sharp. So that is that for how the new signings looked. So let's move on to the next segment. Let's do the player of the week before we go into the Big Six power ranking, because for me, that's the most interesting part of this video. The player of the week for me, the contenders are Tijani Reinders, Ekitike, and Semenyo. And I'm thinking of giving Semenyo because of one reason. I don't know how we are in 2025 and racism is still happening. That brother was on a wheelchair. In my head, I'm like, you never suffer enough where you still they do racism to person. That doesn't make sense at all. It's an absolute disgrace. And the fact that Semenyo suffered that and still got his head right up and had that performance in front of that guy, I hope the guy has been arrested, Cha. For me, player of the week. Player of the week, Semenyo. Just for that reason. Suffered that kind of discrimination, segregation, and still stepped up and absolutely terrorized Liverpool's defense. For me, player of the week is Semenyo. 2 goals. His 2 goals were absolutely amazing, especially the second goal where he carried the ball, dribbled, I think, Konate and Van Dijk combined. I mean, it was an absolutely amazing goal and then scored against Alisson Becker. So, for me, player of the week, Semenyo. And now to the most interesting part of the video. Big 6 power rankings. Big 6 power rankings. I told you guys, this power ranking basically means how the Big 6 look this weekend. How the Big 6 perform that game week. And the power rankings will be updating, will be getting better every week. Based on how they perform every week, it will be a cumulative, addition and points come together to give you that power ranking. And we'll do it until Match Week 38. God spare our lives. So, for this week, in 6th place, is no other than Manchester United. It really pains me to put them there. But I think they are in 6th place. Mainly because they're the only Big 6 team that lost this weekend. But then, in as much as they looked very sharp, very, very solid, I want to see more. I want to see more against Fulham. I want to see more against weaker opposition. Burnley. Can you dominate Burnley? Can you dominate the weaker teams in the Premier League? I want to know. So that is why they're in 6th place for me. I do think that they can progress upward. If they have a good performance and win Fulham, they will definitely leap up in this list for me. In 5th place is Chelsea. Chelsea is in 5th place because they drew against Crystal Palace. And honestly, I expect more from the world champions. In as much as I say they are lethargic, they look tired and stuff like that, I want more from the world champions. This project has gone on for too long for Chelsea not to be considered as main title contenders. it should not be a shock that I'm calling Chelsea as title contender. When I say Liverpool is a title contender, nobody's shocked. When I say Man City is a title contender, nobody's shocked. When I say Arsenal is a title contender, nobody's shocked. But when I say Chelsea is one, Chelsea fans are more, no. This is Chelsea Football Club. This is the club that's been invested in the most of any Premier League team ever. So you're right in there. So Chelsea 100% is 5th place. I want to see more from Chelsea. I have high hopes for you. I hold you in high regard. In 4th place is Arsenal. Yes, I still believe Arsenal are title contenders, but based on what they played last week, they are in 4th place. They didn't have a good performance against Man United. Granted, away from home, they got the 3 points. But for me, based on what I saw, as I said, this table is never going to be a reflection of how the Premier League table is. At one point, it might sync with the Premier League table, but for me, based on last week, 4th place is Arsenal. I've not known Arsenal under the Arteta project to be a team that plays only pragmatic football, that kind of football that you're just looking for results. They still give us entertaining games while doing that. And yesterday, the game against Man United wasn't entertaining at all. So I'll give Arsenal 4th place. In 3rd place is Tottenham. Whilst they had a very beautiful win against Burnley, it's Burnley, who I think will get relegated. You understand? But honestly, the Thomas Frank project looks very solid, and I think they'll finish higher than most people will predict. I put them in my top 5. I think they are going to get Champions League football 100%, and I think they can cause problems for teams in the Champions League. They have exciting players, and Savinho might still come in. Eze might still come in as well. So those are extremely exciting attackers. And if Richarlison can have a good season, Kudus will definitely have a good season. You understand? Their midfield is very good to go too. They have Paulinho, who came in from Bayern Munich on loan. So I believe that Tottenham is one of the best teams in the Premier League currently and will have one of the best seasons. And I think that they might even go up in this power ranking. So being in the top 3 of the Adidas Stakes power ranking, you should thank God. You should thank God. In 2nd place is my beloved Liverpool. Yes, we won our game at home, but we had problems. Defensive problems, transition problems, which I think the absence of Ryan Gravenberch was a massive part of that. His presence, what Gravenberch does on that pitch, people think it's only his ball carrying, those his smart, tricky turns. Defensively, in the defensive part of the midfield, this boy takes our midfield to another level. Community Shield final, we missed him, and now first Premier League game, we missed him. Please, come back. I know that your wife gave birth. Congratulations to you. I wish you and your wife and your child a beautiful life together, and I pray your child grows to be very fine. But Oga, come back to work now. Playtime is over. I need you. I need my midfield general. But yeah, in transition, sometimes we look like food. We look like our position is going to have, a very good and a splendid go at us. But Liverpool still has the best offense in the Premier League. Mo Salah still remains that difference in the Premier League. Ekitike, one of the best strikers already in the Premier League. Florian Wike will get better. He will look good. Don't worry. Gakpo still a terrorizing left winger. Isak might still come in. So Liverpool for now, I think 2nd position is a very, very good position. I think based on how we perform next week, Liverpool can probably get to 1st position. I even come down to 3rd. But from what I saw, Liverpool still has the best offense in the league, and I think we want to strengthen on that part. And when Ryan Gravenberch comes back, the midfield will be better. And for the defensive part of it, and a slot to handle that. Don't worry. We still have 2 of the best centre-backs in the entire world, 2 of the best full-backs that will get better. So don't worry, I trust my team. And in 1st place, it pains me to do this, and I pray that when the season is over, they will not remain here. Manchester City is 1st place. I mean, it's painful. This is one of the things that, I genuinely thought Man City was finished. I thought they were entering that banter, and I thought Pep Guardiola is finally going, but honestly, it doesn't look so at all. They're probably going to have another great season or something like that, and all their new signings look good. From Ait Nouri to Reinders to Czech. What a horrible weekend. Even Haaland look good. Trafford look... I know it's Wolves, but then every single thing about Man City looked perfect. Everything, and they were away from home, for God's sake. They were playing good football and they won 4-0. Defense, attack, everything. They didn't concede. Ah. Man City is in first place for the Adika Stakes power rankings of the Premier League game week 1. So the power ranking go like this. First place Man City, second place Liverpool, third place Tottenham, fourth place Arsenal, fifth place Chelsea, and sixth place Manchester United. Inshallah, Liverpool will go first. But that is all for that. I genuinely don't know why I've not told you to like this video since, so please like it. All of you that is not Liverpool, if your name was mentioned in this video, if we spoke about you and you didn't like the video, you watched the video up to this point, you have not still liked it, your team will not see spoon to win. Nothing. You will not win anything. How can you not like the video up to this point? I don't understand. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a shame. Please do well to like this video. Please, it's very, very necessary. Let's get to 3,000 likes, Let's push to 40,000 subscribers. We're so close, man. Let's push, guys. And let's get to 100k subscribers this year. We'll be doing this thing every week. So subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this thing. Subscribe now. Every single week, after every game week, we'll do this. We'll talk about the game week. We obviously, our focus will mostly be on the big six. But then, maybe as we progress, we can include the other teams. But we'll focus mostly on the big six because, let's not lie, those are the teams we care about the most. So please like this video, subscribe and share. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, write enjoy in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and you want us to continue and do it next week, write enjoy. Go and shop at the Adika Stakes store now. Please show love on this video. It really, really helps the video. And if you watch to this point in this video, almost a 30 minutes video, you watch up to now, I hail you. So thank you very much. Adika Stakes is out. Peace out.